Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive talking about John Norgrove. We have Wife here. This is another review Jive. Let's see if we can keep this one fucking tight, because the last one was not tight. It was so long.
We had lots of thoughts.
Apparently we had a bunch of fucking opinions about that shit.
Opinions about that we didn't even realize.
It's not important. So. It's not important. We're gonna try not to digress.
So we found something that you don't really have a lot of opinions about, because there's not really a lot of place to have opinions.
Well, we're gonna pretend. Anyway, this is Review Drive, and in this review, we watched Battle Los Angeles. All right, not to be confused with Battle for Los Angeles, which is like a Sci-Fi Channel B fucking movie.
Which I learned I have been saying the title of this movie wrong literally since it came out, because I kept saying Battle for Los Angeles.
Technically, all right. The name of this movie is World Invasion Battle Los Angeles, right? The is the two dots. But when you look this movie up, or what most people have called it, and I think technically the way it's displayed on Netflix is Battle Los Angeles. So this is that like live, die, repeat fucking bullshit, you know, where the movie has like 12 goddamn titles, which makes all of our lives more difficult than they need to be. It's not the point.
Unnecessarily so.
Anyway, World Invasion Battle Los Angeles, just in case they were going to do World Invasion Battle Rio de Janeiro. But they didn't make a sequel to this because what more could they really do? I guess they could have the exact same thing happen, just in a different location.
Or
but that's not
like
a fun sequel.
Additional aftermath.
No, we won, dog. America. Bam. Yeah, so that's it. That's it. End of review. We won. Fuck off, aliens. Welcome to Earth. All the bits.
That's the wrong movie. That's the same idea.
Same movie. Listen,
wrong
the American military murdered a shitload of little green men that were actually large tentacle men. So, same fucking movie. This one just didn't have, you know, Will Smith punching aliens in the face. Or Data being a mad scientist. The two best parts of that are it's not... Okay, we're getting off track again.
We're getting off track.
Tighten it up.
Stop. Tighten it up.
Okay, so Battle Los Angeles stars Aaron Eckhart.
What is the synopsis?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. It stars Aaron Eckhart.
Yep.
I just have to say, I fucking love Aaron Eckhart,
him so much.
and he crushes it in this movie so much. It's amazing. All right. Anyway, synopsis. This is actually a fairly long synopsis.
Oh wow!
Okay.
That's surprising.
For many years, humans have reported various UFO sightings around the world, fueling speculation about the existence of life on other worlds. In 2011, mankind learns the truth the hard way when alien invaders attack. One by one, the world's greatest cities fall, leaving Los Angeles as the battleground for humanity's last stand. It's up to a Marine staff sergeant, played by Aaron Eckhart, and his platoon to draw a line in the sand against a powerful enemy unlike previously encountered.
That's a lot more than I was expecting, and even a lot more than they really
Los Angeles isn't the final front line. The rest of the world hasn't fallen.
But is in the same circumstances.
Theoretically, yes.
As best as we can tell.
Like 50 big cities around the world all get hit at the same time. This movie focuses primarily on Los Angeles.
Which really is more like aliens, Santa Monica, guys.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's Los Angeles County.
I don't know that's part of Los Angeles County.
Neither do I, to be honest with you. Yeah, NorCal, boom. But so the alien invaders, which come in like meteors, and they land in the water off the coast, and then they invade, and the reason why they're trying to defend Los Angeles and trying to take back Los Angeles and whatever the fuck is because they're moving inland, which would require them to pass LA, I don't know, via Santa Monica. Maybe they're coming up the 405 or something. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I don't even know if that's the right freeway down there.
Well,
I'm gonna be real with you, dog. I don't really know that area of California super well. But
neither do I.
So this specifically treats to really technically the only complaint you could make about an action movie, which is just like inconsistency internally in the story. Like the description saying, you know, the rest of the world's fucked and LA's the last stand. Well, that's not true.
It's not really true.
In the movie, there's a scene where the aliens come down in meteors, right? And then like 5 minutes later in this 5 minutes later in this fucking movie, right? They're talking, I don't know, one of the Marine lieutenants or something is talking to another Marine, whatever officer, and he's just like he's like, you know, we never saw them until they were already in our atmosphere.
And we were just like, that's not true. We saw that news report earlier in the movie,
reported
just right over here.
That the Hubble caught them in the depth of space, and during his fucking conversation, we didn't detect them until they were in our atmosphere. He's like, also, Hubble telescope's thermal imager, which I don't think makes any sense at all. A Hubble telescope's thermal imager was able to detect a shape within the meteor's, like, dust cloud, or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, Hubble telescope doesn't point towards Earth, which means you clearly saw them before Earth, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That being said,
I feel like
this is just a fucking action movie, so who cares?
So, yeah, I mean, let's just take all this science and let's just crumple it into a little ball.
That is the fucking end of the science, dude.
Toss that over our shoulder.
Yeah, end of
never
the science.
Look at it
we don't know what the aliens are. We don't know anything about their ships.
No,
we
don't
know
that they are using our ocean water to power their ships, as well as presumably their life support.
Well, they're consuming liquid water
that the way to kill
make
them
energy.
is to the right of the heart.
Yeah, it's in the middle.
Which really is like in the middle. It's like right here. Here.
And
but we don't know what that is.
It really doesn't matter when you have a machine gun and you're just kind of like, bah, just
or like blowing things up with like
like grenades and shit. Yeah.
Really, we watched this movie because I was like, hey, I want to watch like a patriotic movie.
We wanted to watch like it was. This is Tuesday. Yesterday was Memorial Day, Monday. Just in case you're watching this in the future. So for Memorial Day, we wanted to watch a war movie. My vote was for Three Kings.
I wanted something more lighthearted and popcorn.
She wanted something more lighthearted.
We chose this.
And I guess technically this movie is more lighthearted than Three Kings.
I mean, there is some feels and stuff, but I feel like this is more like mindless consumption.
We'll watch and review Three Kings. Don't worry, I love that movie. It's silly. But no, so we decided to watch this, and first of all, I forgot all of the people that were in this movie. This has a great
there's a ton of people.
Aaron Eckhart, Michelle Rodriguez, Ramon Rodriguez, Neo's in it, Michael Peña's in it. You know, just to name a few. Bridget Moynihan, you recognize her?
Yeah.
Joey King.
Yeah.
So it really had like a pretty all-star cast in it.
It really does, yeah.
Really good CGI. Some of the logic behind the way the aliens were doing stuff. So the alien ships fly with this sort of like repulsive engine technology, where instead of it just being like woo 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 woo, and it works, right? Or the engine's just being like a rocket that's firing down all the time, and it's just like thrust vectoring, turning the nozzle. That's what thrust vectoring means. Sort of. But, so instead, there's like a bunch of engines all over the place, and they're firing like bursts of stuff to stay in the air and to reposition, like sort of like burst engines, which one gives the aliens this very like physical sound, right? You can hear when an alien ship, because you hear as it's fucking moving around, and they move hella fucking weird, But this is actually, again, this is one of those movies that, because it's centered around Aaron Eckhart's squad in the Marines, it's a very ground-based movie. And it seems like the aliens, even though they have this like sky technology and all this, they seem to be very ground-based, standard warfare sort of troops.
Yeah.
They got guns, you can shoot them, they got armor, but
they're
whatever.
all in the sky, a la Independence Day. Really, this movie is...
Well, Independence Day was about the Air Force, so... I mean, that's the line, right?
Is a group of Marines. So aliens crash in the ocean outside of Santa Monica, and we have already tried to evacuate people as best we could. So we need to send in literally everything. Throw all that spaghetti at the wall.
We send in all of the Marines that are stationed nearby to rescue any leftover civilians
and bring them to standard forward operating bases so that they can be further evacuated. So there's like some storytelling stuff happening there, but
there's plots and character development.
Basically, there's this group of Marines that gets sent to rescue. There's like a bunch of civilians held up in a police station, like deep inside enemy lines. So they send in the Marines to go and rescue these civilians and bring them back
to the forward operating base.
Turns out there's really only 2 civilians left. The rest of them got murderized.
Well,
and
there's
3 kids.
Yeah, 2 adults and 3 kids. Michael Peña and his son. this lady who's a vet, and then just like 2 white kids that.
Yeah, and
honestly, I don't even know that we know their names.
Niece and nephews.
Yeah.
She said the names at one point, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So
They're
they
kids.
have to go, and then like aliens are obviously trying to kill them. At one point, they have to like hijack a bus, which is pretty dope. And
they set up like improvised explosive devices, and Aaron Eckhart was originally viewed as not a great guy, and then he addresses it, and he's
so they get the civilians.
It goes through all the stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the grand scheme of things. Just watch the movie. The plot.
Yeah. Well, they get the civilians out, and then they have to go back in because they need to find like the main commanding base because all the ships are drones, so that they can make headway.
Ships are drones.
So this marine group that we're following gets almost all the way out, and then has to go right back in. And then goes almost all the way out, and then has to go right back in.
Well,
and then gets out
the second time.
Presumably, we don't know. So that's really what the movie is. It's really just like, do you want to see aliens get blown up and/or shot?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
do you want to see lots of explosions? Would you like to see the Southern California, LA Metro, Santa Monica area get blown up?
Yeah, LA gets blown up. I mean, in general, so they're just there to rescue some people. Shit goes bad. They run into some other people. They move to the forward operating base, so they don't get out because that shit's destroyed. Yeah. Then they find another way to get further out to save the people. But, like, those people, whatever, they're able to save the civilians and whatever. And then they basically choose to go back into war, and that's the end of the movie, is them choosing to go back in because they're just like we're not tired, we have breakfast already, don't worry about it, we
got work to do,
like badass Marine style, whatever. Cool. Which was really cool. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter what the plot of this fucking movie is, because it's just like a gently sci-fi. It's just a fucking action.
Now we did learn something interesting about this movie. You want to pull up the thing?
No, I didn't pull that up. So in the mid 40s, during World War II, there was so basically something crossed into American airspace over Los Angeles.
Like a couple of months after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, a couple of months after Pearl Harbor, we detected something, and they basically, the United States Air Force was like, fuck, there's something coming, they must be coming to attack us also. So they spent it was 4 hours, they just fucking bombarded the sky, right? They just threw up shells in the sky, which is how you deterred airplanes back then, like bombers and such. And so they just fucking boom, 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 all this stuff. It ended up killing 3 civilians. It blew out windows and cracked buildings and shit like that. From the fucking concussive shock of these blasts up in the sky, for this, in the middle of the night, right? And come to find out, it was just a weather balloon.
The military
official
says
US
it
report,
was a weather balloon.
It was a weather balloon.
But some people
the government
think that
isn't
it could
hiding
be UFOs.
aliens from us. Let's not be idiots here. It was a weather balloon. People were at a real tense place because Pearl Harbor just happened, and so they shelved the sky when nothing was there. Alien crazies think that this is a cover-up and that it was an alien invasion, and that's why NASA did, or that's why the U.S. Air Force did it, which, okay. And so that is now colloquially referred to as, I can say the word, I just don't want to, referred to as Battle of Los Angeles, or the Battle of Los Angeles, because it was wrong. The Air Force made a mistake. So
that's a really interesting thing that we learned about this movie.
It's gently connected and based around this Battle of Los Angeles, sort of, it's not an urban legend, I guess it's just
well, it's definitely not an urban legend,
military fuck up from World War II. And most reports on it, when you look at it, they're just listen, we were here with stress and tension, and so something popped up on radar, and they're just fucking blow it out of the sky. Yeah. And then afterwards, they're just there's a lot of balloon material on the ground. Shit. Yeah. Our bad, guys. Our bad. So it's generally based on that. Yep. Even though it's a modern movie and whatever the fuck. But which is a fun little fact. I think everybody in this movie did a fantastic job. I think the movie is actually really good. It's fun action movie. It's super fucking 80s action, where it's just like, here's our heroes. I don't know, this one's getting married. I don't know, this one has a kid. I don't know, this one's single.
It gives you like enough to give you feels about that person if something happens.
It hits all of the standard issue soldiers deployed storylines in every other military action movie. It's like, this guy, he hasn't had sex with a lady yet, and this guy, he just got engaged, and this guy's sending stuff to his mom.
Tighten it up.
And whatever the fuck, right? So it covers all your military bases, and really other than like that, it's just...
action.
It's just an action movie, but it involves aliens. I think this is a Michael Bay movie. Nothing he makes is really that good, but he's what? I thought you said this was a Michael Bay movie. Literally yesterday when we were watching this. Well, it's directed by Jonathan Liebesman, but I think Michael Bay's a producer and it's not listed in my thing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a Michael Bay explosions movie. Well, that's why it's good. I was going to say, normally his shit's crap, but this one's good. But come to find out, this one's good because it's actually good and it's not his.
But it is similar to a Michael Bay movie.
Except for good.
The explosions.
And not as shittily exploded.
So I would give
better
this...
CGI.
Really? I would give this 5 out of 5 Alien Invasions.
I'll give it 4 out of 5. I mean, it could be better. Mostly because... out of Alien Invasion movies, a 5 out of 5 has to be held against Independence Day. A fucking legitimately perfect Alien Invasion movie.
Yeah.
Right? It's got the comedy, it's got the feels, it's got everything. Yeah. This movie, it lacks a little bit of everything. It's got the comedy. Peña's fucking great in it. It's got the feels. You know, the guys are great in it. But it's not as full a movie as Independence Day, so I have to give this 4 out of 5. But it's still really good, and it's on Netflix. That's where we watched it. And if you haven't seen it, highly recommend.
Yeah.
If you have seen it, rewatch it. It's a fun action movie. It's not even that
really
fucking
well
long.
to the test of time.
The CGI is amazing.
Even
it looks
still.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's like a 2011 movie, and it still
it's
looks
2011.
good.
It's almost 10 years
I think
old,
again,
and the CGI
practical
is
fucking
fantastic.
effects. Practical. I think it's practical effects again. I think that's why it's holding up. But either way, those are our opinions. I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff.
We'll see you later.
This is Review Jive. We are watching Battle Los Angeles or
Netflix.
World Invasion Battle Los Angeles, depending on which one you want to call it. And tell us what you think. Bye.